What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fiji, back at it again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the most optimized and best settings for arc raiders on an Nvidia RTX 2050. Alright, so these settings will give you the absolute most performance possible for playing arc raiders. Now, since I'm recording, the FPS is at 50, but if you don't record and you just play the game, you'll get an average about 80 to 95 FPS on average. So you can play on either full screen or borderless. You can play on 1920 by 1080, but I play on 1440p by 1080 because I like stretch res, and to be honest, I mean, stretch res doesn't really affect anything. AMD FSR frame generation. Honestly, only turn it on if you average above 60. If you don't average above 60, I recommend not turning frame generation on. For VSync, turn off VSync. Just turn it off. VSync is like absolutely the worst setting possible, and the reason is because let's say you're playing at 60. If you turn VSync on, your game will be capped at 60, and you don't want that. So turn VSync off. If obviously, I mean, if you're watching this, you have an RTX 2050. So NVIDIA reflex low latency, I put it on plus boost. I like it. It doesn't really affect anything, but you know. For frame limit, 95. I put it at 95 because I like it, and that's because that's how high my FPS goes when I have these settings. When I'm not recording, of course. Um, Upscaled resolution, 100%. I mean, if you turn it down, I mean, you want to play like this? Look how blurry it is. You really want to play like that? So just turn that up to the max. It's not going to affect anything, and you're going to get overall, you're just going to get really good performance. Resolution scaling method, Nvidia DLSS on quality. CNN and Transformer, honestly, just keep it at CNN. You can put it on Transformer, but if you put it on Transformer, your GPU is going to be it's going to use more of your GPU. Therefore, your FPS is going to be lower than what it is. But if you want, you can use Transformer if you want, and not if not, just keep it at CNN. For the render resolution, that I guess, I mean, it's on DLSS, so I mean it doesn't really, it's on quality, but it's on quality, so this doesn't really matter. Field of view, 80. If you want, you can play at like, you can do 70. You can do 60. You can do like, you can do 75. You can do 80. You can do 6. You can do 65. You know. Motion blur. This is a personal preference, but I like motion blur on, and I like it set to 100 because with it, it makes the game look smoother, and it doesn't, you know, it makes the game look smoother and better, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't look all choppy or whatever. Um, Nvidia RTX Global Illumination. Now, here's something. It actually, so it doesn't affect performance. I mean, it says it does, but it really doesn't. If you put it on like dynamic low, your game it'll still run at like 80. But I mean, the only thing that global illumination does is just adds like more shadows to all the buildings and stuff around you. Just keep it as static, in my opinion. Just keep it in static. Just keep it on static. Um, for overall quality level, it's going to be custom because these settings are going to do it. So view distance. It doesn't matter where you put your view distance at. I mean, I put it to low. In my preference, I put it to low, but I want to see what it will look like on medium, so I put it at medium for now. For anti-aliasing, low. Shadows. You don't have to have like you don't have to have like cinematic shadows for this game to look good. You put the shadows on medium, and you'll be able to see if someone's like hiding around the corner or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Post-processing. Post-processing is the setting that lets you turn on motion blur. So you can just put it to medium. You don't put it on cinematic. Don't put it like on high. Just put it to medium. For textures, I have it on cinematic because I want the textures to look as good as possible. Effects, low. Really, the effects aren't that, like, if you still wanna be able to see people, then I recommend you turn the effects off. Reflections, cinematic. You may never know. You might be in you might go inside a building and there's probably like a camper sitting there and they forgot to turn their light off. And with reflections to cinematic, you'll be able to see it hit the floor and stuff if there's like a puddle or whatever. And you'll be able to, you'll be able to see. Foliage, low. Because again, like what if somebody's hiding in a bush? You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see if someone's hiding in the bush with foliage low. For global illumination, resolution, cinematic. Um, by far, it's really good, and you can actually like with it on cinematic, it turns the resolution up just a bit higher to make that game look extra crisp. For in-game performance overlay, I like to keep it as simple because it lets me see the FPS, even though I'm using Steam's FPS, but you can't see that, so that's why I have it on simple so that y'all can see it. And for idle energy saving, so when so like let's say you're using the bathroom or whatever and you didn't tab out. What it will do is that if you're away if you're idle in the game for a while, the game will go down to 30 FPS to save resource, you know? And for inactive window energy, keep it on. Keep idle, keep idle energy, keep inactive window energy on. Because with those two settings, your computer will still be snappy, you know? So like let's say you're playing a game and you're in the main menu and you're going through your inventory and someone calls you on Discord. You can easily tab out and Discord will work fine because it's saving energy, which is probably the main point of borderless full screen. For mouse and keyboard settings, you can copy it. This is literally like my peripheral preference. You can copy You can copy it. I leave mouse smoothing on because I mean, you know, some people turn it off so that they can get a more like accurate they can get more of a like um you know, more accurate aiming, I guess. I keep it on even though I have a wireless Logitech mouse. Even though I have a really good wireless Logitech mouse, I like to keep it on because it doesn't really affect my gameplay at all. I barely even notice that there's actually smoothing to begin with because of the motion blur and stuff, but you know. Horizontal sensitivity 52, vertical sensitivity 52. This all depends on what your DPI is for your mouse. I don't know what my DPI is for the mouse, but um for how fast my cursor moves and stuff, that's okay with me. For zoom sensitivity, default, 100, all that jazz. For keybinds, it's all literally the same. All of it's just normal keybinds. For audio, I like to use stereo headphones. I have master volume to 75. I have effects to 100. I have music to 100. I have dialogue to 100. I have party voice chat volume to 100. I got proximity voice chat volume to 140. This is all default audio. Enable voice chat on. So my keybinds for both of these are a bit different. So I use party voice chat for my two thumb mouse buttons. So I use the bottom one, the one closest to the end of the mouse, well, button number one. I use that for party chat, and I use the other one for proximity chat. This is like a thing if you don't want anybody hearing your voice. This is.
Hey Raider, can you hear me all right? Good. Let's go.
Hey Raider, can you hear me all right? Good. Let's go.
This is if you want people not to hear. So let's say you have let's say to yourself, I sound ugly. I don't have a great voice. Well, you can use the Raider voice beta. It's an audio. I have subtitles on, so in case there's like loud noises and there's dialogue, then I'll be able to see it. Like let's say there's like a bunch of explosions happening as I'm extracting, and the guy on the thing is talking, and I can't hear him. Well, that's where the subtitles come in. Sorry, I just sneezed. Yeah, and then background opacity, I have it to 55. It doesn't really matter where you put it at, but having it to 55 lets me be able to see it a little bit more and all that. And that's about it, really. That's all the stuff I have. For general, I have HUD position to stretch, HUD visibility to default, show reload progress on, show damage direction on. I don't have, I never set up the link or join Discord thing. Show friend requests. Do not send me friend requests. I should clarify. Please do not send me friend requests. All right, don't, because if you send me friend, I'm not gonna accept it. Matter of fact, I'll turn it off. Don't send me friend requests. All right. I the only I'll if just don't send me friend requests. Don't try it, please. Anyways, oh, here are my crosshair settings. I think they're in accessibilities. All right. For accessibility, colorblind default invert flash color off, font size small, black line of fire on. So this shows the crosshair on screen. So um let's say I'm behind a wall, and let's say I'm behind the wall and I'm trying to peek, and I go to shoot, and all of a sudden the bullet hits the wall and it doesn't go. With this on, I'll be able to see that my gun isn't fully sticking out of the wall. So therefore, if I try to shoot, it won't hit whoever I'm trying to hit or whatever. Um, these are my crosshair settings. You can copy it. Doesn't matter. Override crosshair shape on. I have rounded diamond. Rounded diamond's pretty good. I mean, me personally, I like circle crosshairs. The only issue is you can't resize it, which is okay, I guess. But I like circle crosshairs. I have weapon crosshair center dot on. You don't have to have this on, but the reason why I have center dot on is because if I'm not using a weapon, as you can see, there's the dot, and when I pull out a weapon and I start aiming, I can see the crosshair as it pops up, and then I can aim, and then I have this little circle now, and I can aim and stuff, and I can see, and then if I take it away, I'll still be able to see the dot. And overall, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, for center dot radius, I have it to 1. Don't have it big. Just have it small. I mean, it's your preference. All right, this is my preference. You can change it however you want, or you can copy the settings. I have crosshair length to 1 because it's a circle. Crosshair thickness to 1 because that's too big. Crosshair outline thickness, I have this set to 0. Crosshair opacity. Now, some people put it to like 50. Um, Having it to 50, I guess you'd be able to see more. Again, it all depends where you want it at. I keep it to 100 because I want to be able to see my crosshair, so I know where I'm aiming at, or I know where I'm looking at. So it's all up to you. Green, you can change it to any color you want. I personally have it set to green, and I have the brightness to the max. So opacity 100%, so I can be able to see it. The crosshair blue 0, crosshair outline 0 because without the outline thickness, you can't really, yeah, you can't you can't really do anything with it. So, and bring game to so a lot of people get confused. What is bring game to foreground on match found? Basically, what this does is, let's say you're searching for a match, and you tab out of the game. Well, essentially, what it does is that when a match has been found, it will immediately tab you back into the game. Um, keep this off. Don't turn this on. Um, because let's say you're doing something, right? Let's say I don't know. Let's say you're looking up some things about arc raiders, like you know, let's say you're trying to find, like, let's say, where can I find wires at, you know, like what's the best spot for wires, or where's the chance of, like, what are, like, the spots that a bobcat would spawn at, you know? And let's say you're searching all that, and all of a sudden, as you're reading, all of a sudden the game pops up and it says match found, and then you have to tab back out to keep reading. So obviously, if you're wearing, obviously, I think the only way that bring game to foreground on match found would be good is if you're like, you have like hard hearing and you can't hear if you found a match. This is probably the only time that the window focus option would be good. But if you can hear fine and you have really good headphones, then you should be able to hear when your game finds a match. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all the settings I have, and these are my settings to. These are the best Arc Raider settings for an RTX 2050 for the new update, which I believe is Flashpoint, which is the new patch or season, I guess. And yeah, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and catch y'all in the next video. Peace.